105.7 The Point, everything alternative, WayBack Pointfest, and I know that you're not going to remember this, and I don't expect you to. But I started in radio in 1996 here in St. Louis at The Point. And so not very long after I started, Shimmer became like our most played song for legitimately about 2 years. I have probably interviewed you, Brett, 10 times. And there was one particular time, and I remember this like it was yesterday. So you guys were doing something on Laclede's Landing, on the landing downtown. Hemorrhage had just came out. It was already #1. And I did nights at the station, and we had this really sexy afternoon woman named Tracy Wild. And you had interviewed with both of us before, and you came up to do the interview with me, and you were like, "Where's Tracy?" Definitely disappointed that it was me and
She's
not
way
you.
hotter than you.
Absolutely. I understood it then, and I understood it now. But it's great to have you, Brett.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. St. Louis, I love this town. It's one of my favorites.
I mean, you legitimately were our house band for a few years. We had you through here.
Good to us.
Ho-ho shows, Point Fest, the whole thing. We had a really great run with you.
I don't know how many times I've played this place right here.
Yeah.
With you guys and with Aerosmith and with Kid Rock and with God knows who all I've played in here with. So always been a good time.
I tell you, one of the things that that is very apparent to me and doing research to chat with you is you were a guy that, to me, it seems like you very much appreciate where you are, what you've been able to do. I mean, you're ticking off all of these people that you've toured with, and you didn't mention the Doors. I mean, you have really accomplished an incredible amount, and you seem very, very appreciative of that.
You know, I've been lucky. You know, I've been very lucky. I've been fortunate. I've been in the right place at the right time, and you know, I feel like I'm good at what I do, and I have fun doing what I do. You know, and I've been blessed more than anything. You know, I've played with so many amazing artists over the years, but from Slash to like you say, Ray and Robbie of the Doors and things like that, you know. So it's just all about having fun, having a good time, and playing great music. So
you know, there are some people that are adverse. Radiohead there was a big deal about Radiohead in the last couple of weeks playing Creep for the first time in like 10 years at a bunch of their shows. Right. Some artists do not like to revisit that back catalog, even when they are hits. But then there are others that it doesn't bother you at all. I mean.
Yeah. You know, I think that maybe some artists, you know, they just get kind of tired of those hit songs that they've been playing for the past 25 years, you know.
But it doesn't bother you?
No, not really. You know, I guess there may be a time here and there that I'm just like, okay, here we go, back into Shimmer. But at the same time, you know, it's where I came from, you know, and I've been playing this song for over 20, 25 years now, you know, and it never really gets old for me. It's always a good time. And that for me, you know, the payoff is seeing the people in front of you, and they're singing it, and they're having a blast. That's what they came there to do. They came there to see those songs and hear those songs, you know. So
absolutely. So now let's talk about new music. Where are you at in the recording of a new? What you're working on? Is it New Fuel music, or is it Brett Scallion solo stuff? What is it?
You know, I'm writing as much as I possibly can right now. You know, and the reason I'm touring the way I am right now, I'm only doing like Weekend Warrior stuff. Mm-hmm. So like I'm flying out on a Thursday and I'm back home on a Sunday. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to just sit in front of my Pro Tools rig and write. Mm-hmm. You know, so and right now I'm looking at this as releasing a New Fuel record next year. My plan is to put another song out in the fall, just one song. Hey, here's a little taste of what's to come, kind of thing. And then in the spring of next year, I'll have a full album out. So
it's nice in 2016 that you're able to do that. That you're able to throw out a song or an EP or whatever. It doesn't have to be the full if you don't want it to be.
Yeah, and in this day and age, music is you don't make money on music anymore. It's just nothing but a business card, you know. So you put the music out whenever you can. You put one song out here, one song out there. That's something for the fans to enjoy and listen to, you know, and it gives you a little bit of legs to stand on, so you can go out and do some shows for them. Yeah,
so. we talk again back about the things that you've been able to do. Is there? Give me like maybe one of those holy hell I'm here moments that you have had in your career. I would assume that the Doors that I would think would probably have to be right up there, just as a fan of music in general.
You know.
It's hard to beat, is what I'm saying.
Sure, yeah, for sure. A pinch me moment was we were in Paris, France, and we went and saw Jim, and it was on his birthday. And so we went to see Jim, and I went there with Ray and Robbie, and people were everywhere, just like in awe.
Right.
Of the fact that they were there. So we lit a candle for Jim and everything, and then we played a show that night in Paris. you know, and a full-on pinch me moment, you know.
When you're like that, I mean, that is a unique position for you to be in.
Incredible.
How do you sort of take that, because they're obviously the members of the Doors, like, but so how do you take your role in that band?
You know, I think that they really enjoyed performing with me because I'm not Jim Morrison. I didn't go out there and try to be Jim, you know, and I think that was a nice breath of fresh air for them, you know, because they had performed with so many other guys that really tried to emulate Jim, you know, and for me, I just went out and I was myself.
Right.
You know, so they really enjoyed that, you know, and it broke up the monotony for them a little bit, I think, you know, of okay, you know, they got to feel and hear a different take on it.
Sure.
So it was really nice for them. So we really got along in that way.
When you try to emulate someone like that,
No, you can't do it.
There's no way.
You know, but the fun part for me was, you know, I feel like Jim Morrison, as a father to all of us regarding with poetry and being an artist and things like that, you know. So for me, I felt like it was kind of like a kid putting his dad's shoes on and just trying them on, you know. And it felt amazing for me to stand in the spot that he got to stand in so many times and have Robbie Krieger on my left and Ray Manzarek on my right, you know. It's like the Soft Parade, you know that song? Cobra on my left, Leopard on my right. You know, it was a beautiful thing.
One thing I want to close out with, I saw a post that I think you made yesterday on your Instagram account. You know, obviously this has not been a tremendous week by any stretch in our country, but you really made a very simple and really eloquently beautiful statement, I think, on your Instagram. Can you kind of sort of paraphrase that for me for those? And I'm not asking you to.
I don't remember.
Well, and I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, I just appreciated the message of love and respect for all. I think that was there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're all on this big ball together. You know, and no matter what, we're all going to always be here, no matter what, you know. So we've got to figure out how to get along, how to understand, you know, black versus white versus Asian versus Muslim versus Christianity versus anything, you know. We've all got to understand we're all different people, but we're all the same, you know. We all have red blood. We all bleed the same way, you know, and, you know, we've got to get past all the crap, man. You know, it's like I feel for the black community so much, you know. I really do, because I know it's hard to be a black person in this country at times, you know, and in certain areas especially, you know. So
but then also too, you feel sorry for
incredibly hard to be a cop.
That's
My
right,
God,
man.
You know, I mean, you know, so a lot of people, they see the footage and stuff that comes out there and they immediately just go, "Oh my God, that was police brutality," and I'm like sitting here going, this cop he's scared out of his mind.
Right.
You know, he has no idea what this person's capable of. He could have a gun, he could have a knife, he could be a 5th degree black belt that could twist his neck off.
Absolutely.
You know, you never know.
Yeah.
So and those guys and also there's a lot of cops too that they shouldn't be cops.
There are those.
You know,
there are those. I just thought the message was like just a great message of compassion that is so needed right now. So needed.
Yeah. Yeah, we all need to be able to find that compassion somewhere in there and put all of our differences aside and find common ground.
Well, tonight we've got a nice night to get away from it, to enjoy some great music and some great bands.
That's right.
Brett, thank you so very much, and I know that this
Thank
will not be
you.
the last time that we chat.
No way.
All right, it's Brett from Fuel. We're backstage at WayBack Pointfest.